hey, hey. Hey, hey, hey. BitConnect! So, that was a scam. Things that you can fuck things up. That can actually make you struggle in life because you thought something that can make you move faster actually make you slow down. So this is the topic of this new playlist that I'm going to make, which is about your security and your safety. The needs, if you remember the Maslow pyramid, which we have at the bottom the physiological needs, and those needs are basically to take care of them. You need to earn money. In our day and age, this is the way to go. Also, you need to take care of your health. So I have already started the two playlists for those two. And now we have the next level, which is about safety and security. And if I have some code that really encapsulate this idea of this need, basically, yes, the need of security. But before that, this need of security, what it is for, and what it will bring you. Of course, you don't want to be in trouble and so on, but all your anxiety that you have and the lack of confidence that you may experience can come from some insecurities that you have about anything. It can be psychological, or it can be real fears that something may happen, and so on. So working on building a strong security, a sense of certainty and security within you, it's really important to build, to one, stop anxiety, and second, build self-confidence, and so on. So this is your base layer. Then you will be able to move on to higher stages of the Maslow pyramid. And so the philosophy of this side of this security, I have a few quotes, as I said. And the first one is, it's better to be prepared than to be sorry. The second one is, only paranoid survive. And the third one is, hope for the best, prepare for the worst. And I think that that pretty much get it, nailed it, because you really want to be positive in your state of mind, in your attitude, in the way you operate in the world, thinking that things are going to go well. But you also need to not be naive, and also all the time you need to prepare for the worst. So you prepare for the worst. This is put aside because you are prepared. If this worst happen, I know what I'm going to do. And now that is done, you can move forward and just work at the best, at living your best life. And so that's our general principles that can gain you in life. So I repeat, it's better to be prepared than sorry. Only paranoid survive, and hope for the best, prepare for the worst. And the reason why I didn't talk about earlier is because I already have a tendency to be a bit paranoid, not much, but enough that actually this idea of being prepared for the worst and hoping for the best, the fact that I'm a little bit paranoid allow me to do that, because I'm always thinking about everything that can happen, the best as well as the worst. I make sure I'm prepared for the worst, and I'm focused on making the best happen. So this is why this is something I do naturally, but I think that's worth making a playlist about and talking deep into. So I will go and so on. So and come down to that, to not fucking things up, because I can give you in this channel all the rules on how to play the game, on how to be successful and reach your best and live your best life. But if you fuck things up along the way, you will get in trouble to do it, or even to just achieve it at all. And we only have one life, so let's not fuck things up. And to understand why it really matters, I don't know if you know, but if you don't, probably I will talk about in the money part. But the law of compound interest, you probably heard of it in finance and so on. But actually, this is something that can be applied almost in any circumstances, where you basically you get a return on your investment over time, and this return can be a certain percentage. And the idea is the same in your life. You're spending your time by putting effort into things, and so you are investing your time, and you are getting back as a return on your investment some result. And this result compound over time, where the more results you have, the more effective you can spend your time, and the better your investment become. And actually, this is the best investment you can make. Invest your time for a better future. And so, what I want to show you, it's absolutely ugly, but I think you'll get the picture, which is about this guy. It shows the compound effect, some exponential curve about your effort and so on. But as you see here, if you got a setback here, then you will create a difference between where you should have been and where you are now. And what you need to understand is every setback will just, the difference that you are currently and where you are will only get bigger. And so at the end of your life, the result is going to be massive. So of course, it's very difficult to live a life perfectly and never make any mistake. We all make mistakes, and that's okay, because we learn from them and we grow and become better. But there is a lot of things that we can prepare to avoid fucking things up more than necessary, because maybe there is some setbacks that will allow you to grow better and faster after, but there is also setbacks that you cannot recover from, and that will just eat your time, and this is time you will never get back. So I hope you understand why it matters. It allows you to keep the momentum you are building and make sure it grow exponentially over time in your life and in everything you do. So not fucking things up is, I would say, is almost the biggest factor of success. Almost. Maybe there is other, but very close to the top one. So let's see if the different types of safety, of security that you need to implement in your life in order to reach this level of confidence and stopping anxiety and allowing yourself to compound over time. So I come up with 6 of them. I don't know if it's exhaustive. If you think about anything else, don't hesitate to leave a comment. But yeah, so the first one is basically the financial safety, which is about savings, also making contracts that protect your wealth, and also avoiding scam, as I started this video. So yeah, there is this aspect. So to prevent, let's say, if at some point you are losing your job, these setbacks can be completely different if you have the money to sustain your life or not. And so that's why I was talking about the setbacks that you are not really recovering from, very difficult for a very long time. So that's one of the examples. So next, digital safety, because yeah, we need to accept the fact that we have a digital life. I think that's a common knowledge now, and we all agree on that. And so we need to protect ourselves from eventual threat that can happen online. That's basic. That's just common sense. Then it's going to be physical safety, um, which will be about learning self-defense and like martial art and so on, in order to protect yourself in every situation. So because I think this can be overlooked. This can be overlooked because we feel that we are protected. Maybe this is just because I'm a man. Yeah, I kind of understand that most women are actually afraid and feel insecure about their physical safety. So for both men and women, I think men need to understand that they are not as safe as they think, and for women, they need to understand that they can do something about it. They can learn to protect themselves and stop being in this victim mindset and take action to ensure your long-term health and safety. So yes, physical safety, important. Then fourth, the fifth, protect safety. Basically, if you get robbed and so on. So this one is tricky because you cannot anticipate it, and actually trying to avoid it entirely will just force you to live away from society. So I think the best way to go about this one is just to accept it going to happen and make sure you have things covered. Basically, make sure the different thing can be you get your apartment gets robbed, you get theft. So make sure you have nothing that you cannot live without in your apartment. Put it in a safety space, bank if it's needed. But you get the point. You need to accept that it can happen. And so take the necessary requirements in order to accept that if it happened, I can live after that. So make sure you are prepared. Then we have the production. I don't like, I mean, I didn't find any better terms for this one in production safety. What I mean by that is we are putting work in order to produce things, building a business and so on, your personal brand, etc., etc. And so all of these things, you need to protect them in order to to validate that this is your work and not someone else's work. And so there is the laws that are working for you. There is some tricks and tips that you can do, but basically this is how do you protect what you produce? Do you protect your work, basically? And finally, the sixth will be about false accusations, because I mean, you can do everything right, but people can still find a way to put you in trouble if they want to. So I think this one is really it's very special, but it can happen. It can happen. So as we said earlier, prepare, hope for the best, prepare for the worst. Uh, and there is all the with the false accusation. There is really about recording. This is this idea of recording everything, um, having proof that you can present if anything happen. But yeah, so basically I have these 6 general safety principle, this 6 area of security, if you say. And so I'm going to go in depth in this playlist about the need of safety and security on each of those, trying to find out the ways in order to to just make sure we are prepared and protected. So yes, I think that's it for today. As I said, this is a topic that actually I wasn't really concerned about until now because I didn't really have anything to protect. But now that I start having my life, my shit together, if I can say that, I think it's important that I start thinking about all of this. Even though I got a lot of this covered, and I will explain what I'm doing, but I will do some research to go deeper into that to make sure, and I will share with you what I found along the way. So thanks you for watching, subscribe, like the video, and see you next time.